Yanajaha Lone Wolf. I also go by Queen Yanajaha. You know, especially in this hip-hop industry, I've been in hip-hop since I was 5 years old. I used to dance on BET, and I've been rapping since I was 8 years old. I know a lot of people in here do not know this. But but especially in hip-hop, the position of the woman, the serpent, the devil's been going to the woman since the beginning of time. And I believe that it's our responsibility, those that are in hip-hop like myself, our responsibility to be able to know that we are godly women and we are queens. So it's my responsibility as a hip-hop artist to be able to bring queenness back into hip-hop, and also to show our young men that our women are queens and not just video vixens or whores or things like that. So my album is coming out in May, and it's called God, Love, and Music. And I just got off a tour with Wu-Tang Clan, and I was the only female on this tour. And I also just got off a tour with Redman and Method Man. So assalamu alaikum.
Well, you know, of course, my experiences with Islam and hip-hop have been similar to many other hip-hoppers, in that many of the artists that I've grown to admire and respect were integrating different aspects of Islam. Islam was almost like it was like a level of hip, like it was a level of cool. Like you know, before you really talked about the details of a car or the details of your chain, to have that the detailed knowledge itself was something that was an important component of hip hop. You know, to show that standard. You know, and so you get that exposure. You hear a brother talking about, you know, something from 5% Nation, or something from, you know, straight from Islam, or for Sunni, or, you know, whatever that they speaking on. Brothers will talk about, you know, talk about the Yorisha, you know what I'm saying, Shango, and so when you're getting that experience, it expands you. I guess
what we were coming up with and talking about was commitment, which Islam has demonstrated to us through hip-hop. It is the support system that we don't have in this music that we're trying to get, and we should use the Nation of Islam and other organizations like this, orders that have a protocol and a sense of honor and a sense of respect. If we bring this to the music, then we can ignore the commercial way that our music is being treated. If we feel there's a genocide, it would just be a matter of the people shutting off the genocide and proceeding with something that's uplifting and healing that. There's no reason that we should be 10, 20 years still complaining about the radio not playing whatever it is. So, you know, absorbing Islam in what we're doing is absorbing community organization to become a nation of people.
So it's the same way you get exposed to that knowledge, and that knowledge just overtakes you, and it becomes true. And I think that the more educated you become, the more you find yourself veering towards Islam in any of its value. If be it Sunni Islam, or be it Nation of Islam, not that there's a difference in that. It is a difference, but in the extent that you recognize that Allah, there is no God but Allah, and that Muhammad is his prophet. And when you get that knowledge, it becomes something that's important to you.
Brooklyn, put your diamonds back in the sky. Put your diamonds back in the sky. Put your diamonds back in the sky. Is Brooklyn in the house? Brooklyn!
The mercy of Allah and the law written
Okay, any music in my ears.
We call an individual into existence, and when that individual comes,
Yes, sir!
for what I'm about.
Yeah! I'm America's worst nightmare. I'm young black and holding my nuts like cheer. Cause y'all was in the pub having a light beer. I was in the club having a fight there. Y'all could go home, husband and wife there. My mama at work trying to buy me the right gear.
Holy are you, holy are you.
Your spirit ain't ready, your church ain't ready, your bishop ain't ready.
There is no God but you.
Your ushers ain't ready at the temple of hip-hop.
Praise be the Lord.
Snakes try to stop this, purify their holy hip-hop.
I mean, I put it like this, man. I'm authentically hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? I'm a part of the culture. It's what I know. It's what I was raised in. But I'm authentically Christian.
So the gospel of hip-hop, even though the title sounds religious, it's really more about spirituality, and it's about our walk as participants in the hip-hop culture and what it means to be hip-hop. not just in terms of the music or your creativity, but in terms of the way that you walk spiritually and the way you interact with other people and the way you demonstrate your care for the world and for your community. So the Gospel of Hip Hop addresses everything from the incarcerated to the actual elements of hip hop to shouting out those who've come before us. It's an incredible piece of work.
This book has taken over 15 years to write, man. KRS has put his 22-year career in the hip-hop game at the epicenter of hip-hop culture, all right? Not on the perimeter, not on the sideline somewhere. He's been at the epicenter of hip-hop culture for 22 years. But not only that, but he's put into it his life on the planet. This is his philosophy. You heard that song, My Philosophy? It's in here. All right? This is what it's about right here, the Gospel of Hip Hop.
This is how to live hip-hop spiritually. There's a lot of people, a lot of young people especially, that are getting shut out of spiritual experiences. Churches are shutting you out, yes. Synagogue, mosque, temple. You got nowhere really to go. The books are not really saying much. We came out with something called the Gospel of Hip Hop, which talks about timeless spiritual concepts through the language of hip hop. So, for instance, you have you could take something like rap, for instance, and you take a rapper and the rapper's life, for instance. The stage can literally be called your mentality. What stage are you on? What stage are you at? That's your mentality. The promoter really is, to be honest with you, the headliner in every event is God.
Yeah.
And if we could keep that in mind, then no matter how big we get, we are always an opening act to the universe, to God, to divine mind, to love. You'll be good. And this is what the Gospel of Hip Hop is showing.
Exclusive.
You can be a hip hopper and also be in tune with the universe all day.
This is about where hip hop comes from. Okay, it's not just about the elements and the expressions that we put out in the, everyday world, the DJing, the MCing, the beatboxing, the breaking and all that. It's about where that comes from. What makes a cat turn an appliance like a vinyl spinning turntable into a musical instrument? That's the character of his own inner being that makes him do that. That's where hip hop comes from. Your soul, bro.
What up, fam? It's Stephanie here. And sorry, my dog is Stephanie here, and I really wanted to share a book with you that has changed my life so much. About 3 years ago, when I was going through a hard time, I had crazy writer's block. I had no idea what to talk about, who I wanted to be in this world. I was just lacking purpose, inspiration, and the discipline I needed to get to where I wanted to be. And this book has really took my life to the next level and given me a clear vision of who I am and what I'm trying to do in this world. The book is called The Gospel of Hip Hop by KRS-One. You probably can't read it there, but you've heard me say it. So this book, if I could recommend one book, it would be this book, really. It doesn't matter if you're an MC, graffiti writer, b-boy, b-girl, you just like hip-hop music. Maybe you don't like hip-hop music. Maybe you think hip-hop is all about violence and hating women. If that's what you think, I really highly recommend you read this book because you need to know what real hip-hop is all about. Hip-hop is all about redefining yourself from oppression. And it's really a gift that was given to the oppressed to redefine themselves and empower themselves. And that's why I'm so passionate about hip-hop. I really want to share with you guys an affirmation that's in the book to give you a little sample of what kind of stuff is in the book. And this affirmation I actually have written down beside my calendar so I can read it every morning, every night. I read it constantly because it's so powerful. So I really wanted to share it with you guys and highly recommend you order the book online. I don't know if they have it at the bookstore, but you can check. And yeah, definitely order the book. I'm going to give you guys a little affirmation to close the video. So here you go. I am not afraid. Today I give myself permission to be all that I can be. New fields of divine activity now open up for me. Unexpected doors fly open. Unexpected channels are now free. My mind is focused and directed toward my victory. I now create what I need with divine energy. Good things come to me easily in peace at the right time. There it is. So yeah, I'm going to write it down in the description below so that you guys can have it. You may want to write it down in your room too. And yeah, get the book. Empower yourselves. It's going to give you guys so much purpose, so much vision, so much discipline that it's going to take you towards your higher self. And that's what my goal is, and I really want to inspire you to do the same. So I hope you liked it. You're going to be seeing a lot more of me. I'm really inspired to empower others with my videos. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace and much love. You are now floating above.